award-winning artists and producers on that. It did really well streaming wise. I don't really have the numbers in my head, but it did really well. It leveraged me to allow me to have relationships with Dreamville and J. Cole. And, I went on tour with Boz, which is one of his artists. And so that was kind of that project was kind of pushed me into the opportunity. So it's like when you really believe in yourself and you put the work out there, that's how you get seen. That's how you get noticed. That's where the opportunities come. So anybody out there that's like, I don't know where to start, I don't know what to do, just start. Just go. Because you don't know what God has for you once you put yourself out there. The opportunities stem from the work. Yep. The work is an indication of you believing in yourself.
That's a fact.
So believe in yourself. That the work is a byproduct of belief. Once you believe, you put the work out, then the opportunities come.
For sure.
And they don't always come the way that you see it or envision it, but they come.
They come.
So I released Holy War, went on tour. A lot of great things happened from that. I just released another project called Love, Angels, Chaos, etc. My name is Christian Lace. Lace stands for Love, Angels, Chaos, etc.
Wow.
Right. So it kind of encapsulates who I am as a person. Love being, I love my family, I love my art, I love God. Angels is my spiritual component to who I am. Chaos is I make mistakes. Yeah. I do stupid shit. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes. And etc. just kind of encapsulates it all. So that I made an album based on that. And it kind of represents all of those different dynamics in my personality. Okay. So that came out last year, March 15th, which was my birthday.
And you just had a birthday. Happy belated birthday.
Don't ask how old I am. I just had a birthday. That came out, did really well. There's a song on there called Big O Drip featuring my brother, Julian Caesar. That did over 100,000 streams. And
shout out to that. I mean? Yeah.
Which may not be a lot to some, but if you got one person, listen, artists, entrepreneurs, business talk people, if you make one sale, you in the game. You know what I mean? Apple, Amazon, all these people needed one sale before they got to me. Yeah. So don't get in, all caught up into the numbers. Right. Focus on the journey. Yep. And fall in love with the journey. Fall in love with the progression. Because this shit is not easy. It's going to be tough. You know this. Yep. Having a beautiful establishment like this and everything from the walls being painted to the furniture being put in here to the dealing with the landlords. Yep. It's a process. It's a journey. It takes a lot. And people don't understand that. And so many people get discouraged and they stop. Yeah. Because they don't see things but it don't never really happen like that.
It don't. It's not an overnight success. Anything as a business owner, anybody starting something, trying to build it, that's why I'm so big on strategic planning. Right. For us, we make a goal for the year. Then we break that down into quarters. Then we break that down into months, break that down into weeks, and then make it digestible. Okay, every day this week, I need to do this to hit my weekly goal. For sure. Every week, I need to do this to me, on and on. And as long as you're focusing on that and you have things in place to measure that you're heading in the right direction, then you just got to keep going because things gonna happen.
She got it. This my new.
Don't get me to stop preaching.
This my new mentor, y'all. I'm finna get her number. We finna be talking about life, but yeah, I mean, absolutely, I couldn't agree 100,000%. Once you plant that seed, you gotta nourish it, you gotta water it, you gotta see it through.
For sure.
You know what I mean?
So as a musician, as an artist, those are the things that are going on right now. But you mentioned that you have a brand and management. So what's going on in those lanes?
Right. So I have a brand. My brand is called Fish Scale, established in 1984. So Fish Scale, on a street level term, it means cocaine. Okay. The highest possible form of cocaine. But I took that name, and it's so dynamic. I'm a Pisces. Okay. Fish was the first meat that was fed to human beings, right? Right. So that's one component. As far as it being a drug and the street slang, I took that because there was a government operative in the 1980s to put our black men away. Yeah. Took our black men out of the homes because of crack cocaine. Mm-hmm. I wanted to strip that negative connotation and I wanted to turn it into something that we can become addicted to, but in terms of our greatness, right? Yep. we are a drug, but we are a drug that if we are aligned with the right principles, we will be great.
Yeah.
So the representation of fish scale is manifesting the best version of you and becoming addicted to that idea. And that's what fish scale is. It has nothing to do with drugs, has nothing to do with none of that. We are the drug. We are that digestible, encapsulated gift that if digested, that if represented properly, that if you cultivate it, if you feed it, you'll be great. If you get addicted to the idea of being great every single day, you will be able to sell yourself in a beautiful way. You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact.
So I just wanted to take that connotation, that name, and change the connotation. So when I was going through my time period, when I was in jail and all that stuff, there was this line by Jay-Z. He was like, I taught you about fish scale. They want me to fish for them. That shit was just stuck in my head. And I took that and I said, you know, when I get out, I'm going to start my brand. And shout out to my brother, Julian Caesar, because I wasn't thinking about branding. I wasn't thinking about all of this stuff until he came to me one time. He visited me. I was in jail. I was in solitary confinement. I was in there for fighting, beating a nigga up for a piece of a brownie. Shout out Sauce Walker. I was in solitary confinement and my boy came and visited me. He was like, this is what we gonna do. We gonna brand ourselves. We gonna do. He planted these seeds.
Idea, yeah.
So that it's very important that you surround yourself with people who plant positive things into your mind that push you forward.
Yes.
Not the same shit that keeps you in recycled, redundant toxicity.
Yeah.
We always have to constantly be growing. So if your friends aren't holding you accountable, if they're not challenging you, then they not really, I'm not gonna say they're not your friends, because people can only love you at their level.
Yes, that's a fact.
And people can only love you where they at sometimes. And you can't judge them for that, because there was a time when we didn't know any better.
Yeah.
And we was calling our friends like, let's go do some dumb shit. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it's not about, you know, that, but he planted a seed in my mind and it birthed fish scale. It birthed a lot of other things. And so hats off to him. Shout out to him. So fish scale is a label. And we deal in publishing and a lot of other things. And we also have a management company. That's my partner right there, Jonathan.
Shout out to Jonathan.
Shout out to Jonathan Turner. That's my partner. We argue every day. You know what I'm saying? Because we really want to be great. Yeah. We really want to win. And we have an artist. So basically 83-84 season, which is a derivative of, so our management company is 83-84 season and Fish Scale is the label, but 83, Fish Scale is a subsidiary of 83-84 season. Okay. So it's all kind of interlocked.
Yeah.
So we have artists, and 83-84 season is also a management. We're a management company, but we also represent athletes as well.
Okay.
So we have athletes, and we're constantly in pursuit of the next great athlete, so we can help bridge opportunities to their careers and to their situations so they can grow. And it all coincides with the music. It all locks in together. So 83-84 season, we have a management company where we represent artists, athletes, and we build brands. Neighbors is a brand that one of our brands. Shout out to Damo. He's the creator of Neighbors. So we have a lot of things going on.
Yes,
you know, shout out to Diamond Manford. She's one of our artists. She's an R&B singer. I'd love to bring her up here one day.
Yeah, bring her.
And she's super, super dope. We have a lot of label interests. And so with her, it's cool to have label interests. It's cool to be noticed and recognized. But what we're trying to do is we're trying to build leverage.
Yeah.
So we can have the best situation possible. Because we're all about creating the best opportunity for these artists out here.
Yeah.
You know, I don't care if we stay broke for 10 years. If it means that our artists and the people that are rocking with us get propelled forward.
Absolutely.
We'll be the last ones to eat. And that's okay with us. You know what I'm saying?
And that's what it takes really to make that type of change. Like same thing here. Listen.
That look told it all. Trust me, I understand.
So definitely about, you know, just really helping and pouring into the community, like community cultivation. That's exactly what we are. So any small business owner, any creator, artist, painter, anything in the artistry, like we're here to serve you. And I tell my staff all the time, my team, the money's gonna come. Like it's gonna come. As long as we're in it for the right reason, it's gonna come. And when it rains, it's gonna pour. You feel me? So we just gotta stay focused and just take care of our community.
Facts. See, she got the keys to the game. You know what I mean?
That's so funny. So in all of this that you're doing and have done in your entire journey, what are some major challenges that you've had to overcome and how did you do that?
you know, no matter what level of success you reach, challenges are going to be there.
For sure.
Present itself, no matter what.
Right.
I don't care if you're at the top level, you're at the bottom level, you're going to have challenges. For me, it's important that I had to develop tools because you're going to, as an entrepreneur, as anybody that builds something, you're going to have times you want to quit.
Yeah.
You're going to have times that you want to stop. You're going to have times to say, I'm not making any money. What am I doing?
Right. Am I crazy?
Am I crazy? What am I doing? But one thing that helps me is that I know that nothing is coincidental. God placed me here.
He's very intentional.
Very intentional. Sometimes we are not.
Yeah.
But God is very intentional. And we are wonderfully made. You know, there's no coincidences here.
That's a fact.
So he imparted this passion, this desire. So it starts with the desire. If you've been blessed with the desire to do anything, I don't care if it's to build Clubhouse. I don't care what it is. The blessing and the gift isn't to be able to do something great. It's to have the passion to do it.
Yeah.
LeBron isn't great because he's a good basketball player. Why is he 40 and still wants to get up every day and work out?
Exactly.
That passion, that desire is the magic.
Yeah.
So investigate why you have the desire. No matter if I tried to quit for a week, that desire is just beating at my chest.
Right. It's not going to let you rest.
It's something inside of me beating me up.
For sure.
So if I don't pay attention to that, then I'm just doing a disservice to my gift. I'm doing a disservice to the people that believe in me.
Yeah.
You know, so it sounds cliche, but it boils down to belief in yourself. You have
Facts.
that, what made you start, keep that naivete, to keep that naiveness, because that ignorance is what's going to propel you forward. Once you start listening and becoming sensitive to the outside noise, you will stop.
Yeah.
You will get discouraged. Because listen, discouragement is a part of the game. It's just what it is. And it sucks. There's going to be days where you're going to be like, I have no motion. And then what's our biggest thing is this.
Yep.
We looking and we saying everybody got, you just looking at people like.
That's a fact.
Right? Like just looking at people just like, oh, okay. You got a gold-plated Ferrari. Okay.
Yep.
Okay, I see. But that's the thing. That's the trick of the enemy. You have to focus on your path.
Yeah.
Your journey. So run your race. Run your race.
You preaching to the people today. You came here to preach. You
call me TD Lace, but you know. Oh, you know what? No Diddy. No Diddy, but you know.
That's so funny. So speaking of the hip hop industry, yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, I'm not gonna go into details, but because you are familiar with all these people, do you have any opinion on what is going on in the hip hop industry today with all the beef and back and forth? Do you think that's real, or do you think that's all for marketing?
I mean, it's real. Okay. From a business standpoint, the record labels are benefiting from all this.
For sure they are.
I love the sheer sport of competition.
Mm-hmm.
Hip hop is a competitive sport.
Yeah.
It's one of those things where you got to be ready for anything.
Facts.
But I'm a little biased because I love J. Cole. They gave me my first start. They are the ones that gave me an opportunity. They said, yo, you dope.
Yeah.
So, as far as the J. Cole thing, he's a good human. He's a beautiful human being.
What did you think about him coming back and apologizing?
He was just being true to himself.
And that's what I tell. Yeah. I'm biased too. J. Cole never gave me an opportunity, but I'm a huge J. Cole fan.
Right.
And I just like who he is as a person. Okay. So when he came back and apologized, I was like, I have even more respect for this man because that can't be easy, number one. And number two, it was something that wasn't resting with himself. So he didn't care about what all these millions of people were going to think about it. He like, hey, I didn't feel good about it, so this is why I'm saying this. And I have so much respect for
Me too.
that.
In time, it'll age, right?
Yeah.
But he did what was right to him. He got kids. He has a family. He said, I want to walk in the streets with peace.
Yeah.
And, now the attention has shifted to Drake and Kendrick. You know what I'm saying? And shout out my boys, Mees, Cause Mees was the person that introduced me to all of these people that I know in the industry. I knew nobody. When I said I wanted to do music, I stepped out on faith. And I was in Chicago and I met Mies and I met Kaz, and they are the ones that helped kickstart my career and making me feel like I can do this shit.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I got this.
So shout out my boys in LA, Mies, Kaz, Kyle Banks, all of those guys, man. I love you guys, bro. But yeah, man, I love the sheer competition. I like what Drake's doing. You know what I'm saying? Because Drake has been so successful for so long, you can kind of get like fatigue of just like liking somebody.
Yeah.
But he's kind of like reinvigorated my respect for him.
Yeah.
Because he like, I want the smoke. And everything that I respect about J. Cole, I also respect somebody saying, you're not finna play with me. You're not finna play with me. And, so
Drake was like, y'all must have forgot.
And, I'm a big Kendrick fan, I'm a big Drake fan. I'm a fan of attention being brought to hip hop.
What about Chris and Quavo?
I feel like people need to leave Chris alone. Because
let that man Chris live.
Chris live, bro. Like, and I don't feel like, I like Quavo, you know what I'm saying? But no disrespect to Quavo or anyone. Leave Chris alone.
Leave Chris alone.
Because first of all, it's really hard to go against an international sensation. You will not get no brownie points battling the singer.
Yeah.
Chris gets all the brownie points
for getting on you.
Thank you. Yes. And it sounds good because we know Chris can rap, but we know him for yo.
But why Chris rap like that? Every time I hit him, I'm like, golly, this man is just. That's why I have so much respect for Chris Brown. I'm not supporting any of the things that he shouldn't have been doing, but people are human. But I do have respect for him because he's just naturally a talented person. Like this man is gifted.
He sells the Toyota Arena. Like Quavo can do that. No disrespect to the Migos or Quavo. Offset just had a show. He had to cancel it. I would want to think it's because of ticket sales. I don't know. I don't want to assume.
Right.
But you could be super popular, but to sell tickets, Chris Brown puts butts in seats.
Yes, he do.
And it's just like hard to compete. Just like Drake, it's hard to beat somebody. The women are 90% of his audience. They do not care if he loses or wins a battle.
No.
So you can't beat somebody like that.
Yeah.
In my opinion, my humble opinion. So Chris Brown, it's just like, Quavo, don't even respond to it. Let it just chill.
Just move on.
Yeah, bro.
So I'm really big on the youth, right? So for any young girls or boys out there that aspire to be artists, entrepreneurs, business owners, have their own brand, what is your advice to them?
My advice to the youth is be a leader.
Yeah.
Don't be a follower. There's something inside of you that's scratching at you, that's clawing at you. That is what you need to follow. Follow that. Young people, it will be very, very hard to believe in yourself. People be like, believe in yourself. Believing in yourself is difficult.
Yeah.
Especially if you don't come from the background, or if you weren't rooted in the environment that's conducive to healthy habits.
Yeah.
So young people, if you want to be successful, it starts with your habit. Wake up, make your bed.
You hear that? Make your bed.
Make your bed. Brush your teeth. It sounds like it's nothing, but it's about building good habits.
Yes. Yes.
You don't just, you ever seen Coming to America? He was like, one must learn to crawl and walk before he flies.
Right.
One cannot fly to fly.
Right.
It's funny, but it's so real, though.
Right.
You have to learn to use your wings. We were all born with them. You have to learn. You have to go to flight school to learn how to navigate through the terrains of life, through the terrains of the sky. So, yes, you have the wings. Yes, you have the talent, but that's just a very small, very, very small piece. Build the habits. And as you build the habits, confidence grows.
Yes.
As the confidence grows, your plans expand.
Mm-hmm.
And now you can take over the world. Okay?
That was great advice. Y'all need to go get your pens, your pads, rewind, and then write this down. Seriously. God, that made me lose the question of what I was getting ready to ask you. Oh, so networking. As an artist, how important is networking?
Very. Your network is your net worth. So it's like, everything in life goes through people. No matter what you do, you have to go through people. You're successful at something, you're going to get compensated. someone is going to write you that check. So it's very good to establish who you are. You have to know yourself. When you go out and seek and venture out into whatever you endeavor to do, you're going to have to know people. And that's just a part of it. I know you might be introverted or get out of your shell, but push yourself and challenge yourself to not be introverted. It's okay if that's who you are, but you don't want to ever stay any one way. You want to continue to evolve and you want to continue to get better. So you have to get out, because I know my partner, he introverted. So I'll be having to.
You be like, come on, we got to go.
I know you naturally are.
Yeah.
But on the other side of that is greatness.
Yep.
So get uncomfortable. Go shake hands. Go meet people. Go get in front of people. And your business, your brand, your ideas that you're trying to cultivate, they'll thank you for it later. You always want to be like, 5 years from now, is my future self gonna? There's this commercial that's like,
and you stole my next question, but go ahead.
You hate you. I'll be watching that shit at night like, this commercial is genius.
Yeah.
Because don't make your future you hate you. Because you will. You'll be looking back like, damn, I should have
did this and shit.
And no matter if, like, you're doing great things, I'm doing great things, but you still have those, man, if I would have.
Yep. That's a fact.
So it's like, don't be that person. Be the one that's like, I gave it my all. I did everything.
Yep. Yep. And then you're able to walk away with your head held high no matter what. Mm-hmm. So my last question, which you already started it, where do you see yourself in 5 years?
I see myself being one of the biggest management companies in the world, one of the biggest labels in the world. My music penetrating markets all over the world globally. Because my music is very inspiration-based. It's very lyrical. It's thought-provoking, substance-based. So I want that to be a sense of healing for people all over the world. And I want to be able to have a brand that helps people. And not only just athletes and artists and brands, but people.
Yeah.
Community.
Everyday people. Yeah.
Everyday people. Because there aren't any artists or athletes without community. Without community, without the people, there's none of that stuff. You know, so.
He's stealing all my lines, y'all. I don't know if he looked up the website or what, but no. So tell the people where they can find you.
Yo, you can find me everywhere where you can type in Christian Lace, okay? My brand is called Fish Scale, established in 1984. My management company is 8384 Season. You can follow us at 8384 Season at Instagram, or you can follow us at Fish Scale, established in 1984 on Instagram, same thing. And you can follow me, Christian Lace, or you can just type me in the Google search and I'm everywhere. All my music's on all the streaming platforms. We're everywhere.
So you have any upcoming projects, anything you want to share?
So for our artist Diamond Medford, she has an album called Blues that's coming out. And she just dropped a single called Heartbroken that's out on all platforms, Spotify, Apple, Amazon, and her videos on YouTube. Just dropped the video for Heartbroken. And for me, I'm working on an album. Right now, I'm just like dropping singles, and I'm pushing a song called Better, which you can get on all streaming platforms. And we're just grinding, just building. Trying to be like you.
Hey, I'm not answering. I'm trying to be like y'all.
Nah, stop it.
So we want to thank Pastor Christian for coming through with the word for today. Now, definitely we're going to put all of those links in our bio below. Make sure you go and check him out because listen, he gave out so many gems today. Also, make sure you like and subscribe, and we will see y'all on the next episode. Peace.